September is National Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, and to participate, the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs has launched a campaign called Operation We Remember.
Yeah, their goal is to talk about the growing number of veteran suicides here in America. News 19's Addison Willman joining us live now from the University of North Alabama. Addison, how are people there working to raise awareness?
Thanks, Emily. Yeah, UNA was selected as one of 9 college campuses across the state of Alabama chosen to memorialize the veterans who have lost their lives to suicide. Behind me is 152 American flags representing the 152 veterans who unfortunately took their own lives back in 2020. They're using this memorial as a way to raise awareness and to maybe break the stigma when it comes to mental health.
We think that, yeah, this would be something that we could have a conversation about in 2022, but we can't. It's often viewed as being something that should be hidden, something that should be overlooked, but it shouldn't be overlooked.
Mental health is being talked about now more than ever, but for many it can still be a difficult topic. Cody Tyser is a student at UNA and a member of the ROTC. He says he often wishes that veteran mental health was talked about more, and he's confident that these 152 flags can help make a difference.
I think most people just don't realize how significant that number is. This is a way that we can actually find out how to do something about it.
Doug McLean is a veteran with more than 24 years of service. He says he's personally seen how trauma can drive a veteran to take their own life. And although the stigma around mental health in the military has vastly improved over the last couple of decades, he says it will take a nationwide effort to drive down the number of veteran suicides.
For those people that might see this and might know veterans, hey, check in with them. Just check in. You know, most of us are doing great, okay? But there's probably somebody out there that's going to get checked in with, and don't be afraid to have that tough conversation.
Over 6,000 veterans unfortunately committed suicide in 2020. Members of the Student Veterans of America will be here at the memorial from noon to 1 every day this week to talk about the issue and maybe how we can keep that number from getting any higher. Live in Florence, Addison Willman, News 19.